Hey everyone, my name is Chris Lambert, and on this channel we talk Kanye West, and today we're going to be talking Kanye's Instagram post, specifically the latest one. So we knew that in the lead up to the Chicago listening party, Kanye was probably going to take to Instagram and start setting the mood, as he has been doing before each of the other stadium listening parties, and tonight was the night where we finally got a little bit more. He had posted the house just the other day, and now we got this photo, and now this. I'm gonna make some videos on each of these, but today we're talking about this right here, specifically the source of this, which you can see Kanye Restaurant put there, the Ravishing of Frankenstein. So we're gonna talk what that is, where it came from, as well as another connection to this that has excited some fans. So you can see I posted to it right as Kanye first posted, asking what did Kanye post, and 81 Point Bean responded with "Gotcha, Chris," and it's the YouTube clip. So thank you for that. And right here we get the Ravishing of Frankenstein. So it's a 9-minute short film that's very avant-garde, very slow and methodical, very much up Kanye's alley. It kind of feels like one of the shows that he would put on with Vanessa Beecroft. Which is pretty fascinating. So I'm going to be making a separate video where we actually watch this and I do reactions to each shot and kind of start explaining things. A lot of you just know me as the Kanye news guy, but I'm also a professional film critic, so this is right up my alley. So we have that going on. And then who put this together? You can see it's Georges Schwizgebel. I watched a video where he said his own name, and it helped a little bit. I took that extra step for you all, but it's still hard to say Schwizgebel. Schwizgebel. God, it's hard to say. But he is Swiss. He's an animation film director whose Paint on Glass animated 2004 film, The Man with No Shadow, won various awards. So he has a very specific style that's very cool. You can see that is these still images, it feels like, that are kind of moving through. So each of these is an animated cell, of course, but it's very kind of an interesting and dynamic style that he's put together. So it just kind of goes into a little bit of his biography. In 1971, he founded Studio GDS, where he produced and directed animated films, as well as working in graphic design. So he's done a ton of professional work outside of just his film and personal creative work, right? And then in pop culture, so this is the thing that other people were excited about. A still from his 1982 short film, The Ravishing of Frankenstein, featured on the cover of Oneohtrix and Weeknd's 2013 album R+7. And if you're sitting there going, I bet Chris has never listened to Oneohtrix and Weeknd, you're right. You are absolutely right. But there were people in the comments to this post that were very, very excited. This is the same artwork for, you can see Andre here, R+7 by Oneohtrix and Weeknd, who worked closely with The Weeknd last year for After Hours. Also, given The Weeknd is on Donda, could suggest OPN is involved in the album too. And you can see other people like Roverts, shout out Revert, saying, we getting OPN collab, let's go. There were a number of people that were really excited about Oneohtrix and Weeknd. So that's good for Oneohtrix and Weeknd. I don't know how they are. This picture is terrifying and seems like something else that would be up Kanye's alley. Personally, I feel like Kanye is in such art mode that if he's posting something, he's posting for the source material, right? I think if he was posting something for Oneohtrix, he would be doing that exact scene, but because it's a different scene from the film, I'm guessing he's just also a fan of the film, and maybe he was introduced to Oneohtrix and Weeknd, and Oneohtrix showed him this. Maybe Kanye's just seen it for the first time and is really excited about it, or maybe he has seen it before. I will say, just from watching this, I felt like a very strong connection between that and this. Just this idea of somebody wandering down hallways and Kanye just kind of wandering in this empty space, which might be a stretch, right? You might not want to connect these two, but I just started to go that direction. So 1+7 was I guess, very popular 2013 album. Not necessarily popular in the mainstream, but in people in the music scene specifically. It just seemed to get really good reviews. You can see all these places giving it strong scores, except Enemy, but who really cares what Enemy thinks? Metacritic has it at an 81 out of 100 overall, which is very good on Metacritic. And it also made a ton of uh, year-end lists for 2013. Like you can see Gorilla vs. Bear had it at number 5, Tiny Mixtapes had it at number 1, Pitchfork, like a larger publication, had it at 24. So it definitely seems like something like exciting and worth listening to. I'm excited to put it on, but you can see the difference in the artwork, right? It's definitely the same hallway, but there are a number of these that repeat over time with the rooms kind of evolving in content and gaining more and more character. So same video, but different parts of the video. So what's it mean? What's it mean? I think it just means that things are going to get like kind of weird at Soldier Field. We know that Black Mass, who has been giving us updates on what's kind of going on, as Black Mass can, it can't just spill the beans on everything, but Black Mass was very excited about the staging at Soldier Field and for Donda, saying that it was kind of insane and next level. And I wonder if Kanye might be showing this as he's taking inspiration from that for the staging, and we're going to get more into that in the actual video analysis. This video ends up being about Frankenstein. It's just Frankenstein that's going down these hallways. And then you finally kind of emerge from that, realizing that it's more of his interior space. And then he encounters his bride, like the bride of Frankenstein, except she rejects him, screaming and kind of leaving him in shock and pain. And then it zooms out to this meta of you're watching a film. So I mean, we do know that Kanye likes meta stuff. Getting into, what's it called? The Holy Mountain. It also ends in this way where these characters are going to search for immortality. And when they finally get to the place where they're supposed to find immortality, there's just a guy that's like, hey, you're in a movie and you need to stop like dealing with the imaginary and the fictional and really start to get your shit together when it comes to dealing with reality. So the fact that this is also having this meta moment of like zooming out to this is a movie and you're watching a character, and we know how Kanye feels about being in a simulation, about how he is kind of a performer, and there's this dichotomy between wanting to live a real life but also being a performer and a musician, someone that's in the public eye. We also know that Kanye just went through a divorce, which is also a big deal, and the fact that this is Frankenstein and the bride of Frankenstein, and she's recoiling in horror from him, and we already know that there's content on the album about him losing his family. There's also stuff you can start to get into in terms of like Frankenstein and the idea of coming back from the dead, as Frankenstein was assembled from a body and brought back to life. So there's a lot of connotations you can start to read into this, right, and try to apply them to the album. So we're gonna do the viewing of this, but that's kind of a quick rundown of some of the main thematic points of that. How you want to apply those to Donda right now, it's probably a little too soon to do that. We'll see in the aftermath of the listening party and then hopefully the album release if there's a stronger application to this or a more obvious application about why Kanye chose to demonstrate or post this specific video. So we'll get into it, but that's it for this video. If you're enjoying the channel and you want to support us, the easiest way is to like, comment, subscribe, as any of those things tell YouTube this is a channel people enjoy, so then they show it to more people, which goes a long way. We also have a new join feature where you can become a member, which is also very helpful. It costs money, which is why it's helpful, but you can do that to get some loyalty badges, a custom emoji. We'll be updating these over time, adding more to them. There's also this Yeezus tier where you get shout outs and priority reply to comments, and also early access to some of the videos that we're going to be doing that aren't just the breaking news. So if you want to support us that way, you can. And then we also have our podcast, Watching the Throne, a lyrical analysis of Kanye West, which those episodes are also going up on YouTube at this point. So if you want to follow along with our podcast, which is the thing that we're most well known for, you can see all the new episodes on YouTube. But if you want to go back and hear the overall analysis we bring to Kanye's discography, getting into the meaning, themes, concepts, interconnectivity of every song in Kanye's discography, then you're going to have to check those out on Apple, Spotify, Tidal, wherever you listen to podcasts. But we have covered College Dropout, Late Registration, Graduation, 808s and Heartbreak, Yay, Kidsy Ghost, and Jesus is King. We are starting our My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy season, but with Donda hopefully releasing this week. Fingers crossed, but nose at the ready. We will be switching to covering Donda if it actually drops. Otherwise, next week we will continue covering My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. So check that out. Their episodes are long. You can see this is 2 hours and have moments of just banter and conversation that you might not enjoy. But the actual analysis when we get into it is very prolific. It is very thought-provoking. It is academic in a conversational way. Travis and I are very good at what we do. We're not just fans making things up as we go. I'm a novelist. Travis is a journalist. We've been specializing in this kind of deconstruction of artwork, specifically on our movie analysis site, Film Colossus, for a decade now. So if you want to see what we bring to the table, highly recommended. We also co-wrote the Dissect season on Yeezus. So if you enjoyed the lyrical analysis of Yeezus on Dissect, that was us. So until next time, stay wavy and keep it loopy. Cheers.